Good morning and welcome to this August 4th version of From Sunrise to Sunset with Pastor Gene. In Paul's first letter to the church at Corinth, he starts out fully aware of the fact that everybody is not in agreement. Now, I know it's hard to imagine that people in a church don't agree about everything and they don't get along, and there's factions, and there's people who think one way and people who think another, and that they get upset with one another. I know that that is just an impossible thing for many people to conceptualize. But that's exactly what Paul was encountering 2,000 years ago in the church at Corinth. Now, he opens the letter with great thanks for all of them because of the grace of God that they had been given in Jesus Christ, and they have spiritual gifts, but he appeals to them that all of you, this is verse 10, that all of you be in agreement and there be no divisions among you, but that you be united in the same mind and in the same purpose. And he's heard from the Chloe's people that there have been quarrels. Now, I know that, as I said before, and you know I'm being a little bit mischievous and a little bit facetious about it, about the divisions and disagreements in the church. But from the beginning, Paul is calling for unity. He's calling for agreement in the church, which means we have to work hard to make that happen. In Corinth, there were different groups. There were people saying, I belong to Paul, and I belong to Apollos, and I belong to Christ. But then he asks the big question of chapter 1, is Christ divided? Is Christ divided? And I believe that one verse is the focal point that we need to all be looking at every day of our life, in our life in the church, in our life as a Christian, in the Christian community beyond the local church. Is Christ divided? Well, no, he's not. The message of the cross is that we preach Christ crucified. Now, a lot of people can't understand it. A lot of people won't understand it. A lot of people will try to rationalize it and find some fault in the teaching. But that's because of this whole thing he talks about a little later in chapter 1, about the wisdom of God and the foolishness of God, and the wisdom of people and the foolishness of people. God is so wise. God knows exactly what we're about. Now, he ends chapter 1 saying, let the one who boasts in the Lord. So today, from sunrise to sunset, I want you to be thinking about how do we have agreement in the church? How do we keep Christ from being divided among our congregation and out in the larger world? And how are we boasting of the Lord at work in our life from sunrise to sunset? Tomorrow, we'll look at chapter 2. God bless you.